pocket had chills. I be getting over I ain't got deals. So I gotta hustle smart. Play your part. The game ain't got a lot of sharks, so you better watch it when you swimming in the dark. 9 million on me. I don't wanna fuck around and hurt a nigga, homie. But I ain't the one if you looking for a phony. I ain't playing with you suckers, man. You don't know, man. I'm just trying to do me. Grinding like it's 2 me's. Money like it's 2 keys. Wanna screw me. I'm just trying to do me. Catch me in that new V. Might be rocking Louis. Riding with the 2 Lee. I'm just trying to do me. I don't play no game.
Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Dissect. I go by the name of Novelist. And her mic is muted. She go by the name of Jewel.
You know, it happens sometimes. I go by the name of Jewel. Sorry about that.
It's all good. Of course, we have another exciting guest for you tonight. And he goes by the name of Klass Money. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dissect. Klass Money.
It was good. We in the building.
Going on, family?
It was good. I gotta get interviewed by my idol. Let's get it.
Welcome to the show.
We're gonna go there, right?
Novelist, boom.
So that just take away from my question right there, but it's all good. So go ahead and introduce yourself to the people. Tell them where you're from. And
Yo, I go by the name of Klass Money. I'm a Dominican artist. I'm saying? I was born in Dominica. I used to live in River Street. I also lived in Wall House for a couple of years, and then I moved to Jersey. Then I moved to Miami, and I've been out here in Miami ever since. I've started doing music for real about. I'll say I started doing music like 2003. I got about 8 projects done. Over 1 million views on YouTube. Over 300K follows on Instagram.
Nice.
Probably about 1 million streams on Spotify total. I'm just trying to build up, man. Just trying to build up to get to that next level. You dig?
Right.
You look like you're doing well to me because all those videos on YouTube and with all those views, you look like you're doing fine so far.
Appreciate it. I just dropped the album. We kind of pushed back the videos that we dropping on this project. So I got new videos on the way that we're gonna drop pretty soon too as well. Just had to take care of a lot of personal stuff sometimes, because like I'm independent. I've been signed to 2 labels in the past, but now I'm fully independent. I love it. And not saying that I wouldn't sign to a major, it just got to be real major. You feel me?
Right.
Yeah.
So I want to go back, way back to the beginning, because on Dissect we try to get the history of the artist as well. We try to get your story, right?
Right.
And we'll come up to current. You know what I mean? But let's go back to coming from Dominica. What was it like, as a child,
transitioning, right?
Right.
Yeah, it was it's kind of hard, right? But everything happens for a reason. I feel like it's kind of hard. It's different. You move into like a new city, you got a different accent. You don't have any friends. It's like a new start. But like when you're young, you adapt really quickly. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like human nature. So I had first moved to Jersey. I stayed in Jersey not for too long. And then a month later, my aunt was like, you know what? Go back to Dominica. You know what I'm saying? So I went back to Dominica. I stayed in Dominica for a couple months, and then I came to Miami, and that's when I really kind of like really got into like the whole U.S. situation, and really I was raised in Miami, and at first it's like I didn't have a lot of friends, but coming from Dominica, like you know what I'm saying. Shout out to everybody I used to rock with, but you know I had my little clique Outlaws, and I used to also roll with 24 Style, and you know we used to have so much like drama all the time. I didn't want to relive that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Even if I was young, I didn't want to go through that out here, you know. And two, coming from Dominica, I'm like, damn, like I'm out here now. I could do so much stuff that I couldn't do in Dominica, and I wanted to take advantage of it. So I felt like me coming from Dominica, it like if I was born here, I wouldn't really notice it as much as I would. You know what I'm saying? Because now I get to see what I came from and where I'm at, and I'm like, yo, I gotta take advantage of all these opportunities. I could really do what I want to do, and you know what I'm saying, take advantage of my situation and be really do a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because really, if I was in Dominica, it would be super hard for me to be rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I was never like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper, you know. I kind of, you know, I started going to school out here, and after high school, I was just like, I mean, I was always big on rap, you know what I'm saying? You know, I was listening to Clockers growing up. I was big on that, you know. When I was in Dominica, I was a real big Tupac fan, you know. Actually, that's how I got into rap. I used to listen to Tupac like crazy. Like all my walls in Dominica, all my walls was named but Tupac pictures. Every morning when I used to dress, because I went to prep and then I went to grammar school for like 2 years. And every morning when I used to dress to go to school, I would listen to Pac. Or sometimes even I would listen to Me and My Crew, you know what I'm saying? This is like the real facts, you know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. And when I moved out here, I was never like, yo, I'm gonna be a rapper. I never crossed my mind. It was never my plan. And after high school out here, I started like recording at studios. I mean, I was always like really listening to like albums really heavy. So like I could sing you like a whole bunch of Pac albums. I could have sang Eminem, Dre. You know, it was still even if DA is mainly like booyah, you know, my favorite genre was always hip hop and rap. Personally, you know what I'm saying? Over everything else. That was just my thing since a kid. So after a while, I started going to studios with my boys, and you know, I was like, you know, I used to like do little stuff at the house on my computer and record. And then we started recording at real studios, and then I was like, you know, I really found that I liked doing it a lot. And I didn't have a lot of friends, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't have a lot of distractions, and I had a lot of time to myself. So that gave me time to kind of really work on my raps because I didn't have nobody to really kick it with like that, you know?
Nice.
So it kind of molded me, honestly. You know, it's like the good with the bad. It was kind of like, you know, you leave DA, you leave all your friends, but now I'm in a new spot and I don't have friends are sometimes distractions and we don't even see it like that. You know, I don't have people calling me saying let's hang out all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't trying to go lime all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's less C-Woes, you know what I'm saying? Because I had nobody around. So now I'm in that situation, you know, I kind of just started recording and then I was like, you know, I found something that I like a lot. And then I just kept doing it. I started going to like a lot of open mics out here and performing the little songs I would write. And then I just started like taking it to notch up. I started printing out posters, putting posters in the streets, putting flyers in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I knew that, you know, Miami's big on the strip club scene. And I know that all the strip clubs open at 12 o'clock. Every day at 12 o'clock, I go to all the strip clubs and put out Klass Money flyers. You know, and that's how I kind of started just building my name out here.
Promoting yourself.
I feel like I had an advantage because one of the best things is like I didn't have a lot of people that knew me personally, so I got even like less beef, you know, like because a lot of times jealousy comes from people that actually know you, and a lot of times people that disrespect you are people that know you. A stranger is less likely to disrespect you because they don't even know how you're gonna react. But when you got friends and you've been smiling in their faces all the time, then they want to take it there because they're like, yo, he's a nice guy. Yeah. So I feel like everything kind of, you know, worked out the best way it could, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it? Okay, so you talked about getting over there and being in Dominica. You weren't really into the music game, but now moving into Florida. What about the Caribbean community, the Dominican community, how do you think they've received you? Is it
I mean, it's been
positive?
positive. Yeah, real positive, because shout out to DNO. DNO posted me when I was dropping mixtapes. They would put the articles up. They posted my videos, which helped me a lot. And like, a couple years back, finally I had one of Dominica to do a show. And I don't think I could ever have, even when I did do a show, if I didn't have that support system. I honestly I printed out like about a couple hundred CDs and shipped it out there. I have my boy Kurt. I don't know if y'all know this dude, Kurt Sylvester. Shout out to Kurt. He stays in Maryland now, and that's still my boy, and he helps me out a lot. And
Right.
I had shipped them CDs, and he went out there and he was passing out those CDs and helping me get a buzz out there. Because honestly, I used to always feel like your home got to know what you're doing.
Right.
And even if like
Yeah.
I'm kind of raised in Miami, but I really consider Dominica my home, to tell you the truth. All the time, like you look at my Instagram, you see my DA flag. I really consider that to be my home, because that's the people I went to elementary with. That's people that know me from really being young versus people that know me, what I'm saying, out here, and it's a
Right.
different kind of love. When you see somebody that you've been seeing at the age of 4 and you see him now at the age of 30, it's a different kind of love. And even out here, I can't fault a lot of DJs. A lot of times I feel like one of my hardest battles in Miami is that a lot of these dudes, they're trying to put on their friends that they went to elementary with versus me that's busting my ass, working really, really hard to try to make a name for myself. My bad for the language. Try to make a name for myself. And they would try to kind of ignore it because they're like, yo, I don't know this dude. If he blows up, like he's not going to do nothing for me.
Yeah.
So, and even when I did that show in Dominica, I was kind of I had to do it. Like I felt like that's something I had to do to take my music to the next level, because I had to say, okay, I'm gonna fly out there, I'm gonna rent a venue, I'm gonna do a show and really show these people I'm serious about what I'm doing,
Right.
because it's like, and that really built me up. That's what I needed that, and that's one
How,
of my biggest accomplishments,
what,
honestly.
what was it? What was the love like when you did that show? Because I know it was love, but how was that? How was that like
Yeah, it
when you
was
did the
good.
show?
I went out there. I was out there for like 5 days, and I swear, like 4 out of the 5 days, I did interviews. DBS, Kyrie, Marpin. We did the show. I had put on like about 10, 11 artists to perform with me.
Nice.
So I get the people involved as well,
Yeah.
And the show was packed, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story. So I'm coming down, my cousin hits me up like on Facebook. She's in Dominica, and she's like, and she probably wouldn't like this, but this is the truth. She's like, yo, who's putting the show together? And I'm like, I'm putting the show together. She's like, is it you or is it like the Dominica committee? I don't know if it's a committee out there that does music, I'm like, no, I'm putting the show together. She's like, yo, you sure you want to come out there and do this? Because, Dominicans funny. They might not even come to your show.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, don't be one of the funny Dominicans and you come. Yo, I came out there, she ain't even come to the show.
Oh wow.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And and this is somebody that stayed in Miami for a while. I even got a record. I probably got like 2 songs with her. And I never really understood that. But
Right.
for you to reach out to me and say, and I would have put her on the show, honestly, I would have put her on the show. I'm like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. Like I said, man, sometimes a lot of people that actually know you may feel some type of way towards you growing.
Yeah.
That's life, like I deal with it to this day. I deal with it. Like now I don't really deal with the Dominicans because I've been out here so long. I deal with it with people I grew up with around here, like I've seen like people that I love, people that I would celebrate with, be mad because I'm successful in this or I gained success doing that. And to me, that's something that hurts me a lot, because I feel like, damn, that's my boy. Like,
Yeah.
I can send my phone because I got verified. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like little things like that I've seen while growing as an artist. Like I dropped a song, everybody's talking about it, and the people that's close to me is not saying a word. I'm like, I know he knows I dropped the song. Like,
Yeah. Navi, were we talking about that today, Navi? Like it's the
Yep.
same
It's
thing.
real.
We're talking about it. The growth is not happening a lot in the Caribbean because it's all about that crab in the barrel mentality.
And it's real.
And it is real.
And it's not even in the Caribbean. It's just
It's just
everybody
something
that's
that's
close
in
to
us.
you.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
something
it's like
that's
it's
in us.
within you, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
and not everybody's like that. Like I see people around me that's successful, people around me that has more money than me, and it motivates me and inspires me.
Yeah.
And to other people, it makes them envious, and I don't understand it. You know, instead of you being around that person, be like, yo, how you got this? How you making this work? Instead of you taking that approach, a lot of times they take the wrong approach, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh nah, I'm gonna act like I don't see it. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
why? What's so special about him? I could do it. My music's better than yours. Like,
That's
I go through
that's
that all the
exactly what
time,
it is.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if like
Yeah.
people know, like a lot of my homeboys out here, you know, like, and this is just me being honest, right? Like, they don't work as hard, and like I said, maybe I work as hard because I'm from less, and this is like something that would never be presented to me if I wasn't here. So I
Yeah.
take advantage of it. And these dudes are probably more comfortable in their skin. So they're
Mm-hmm.
more laid back and they don't see it like, you know, because I've been around like, man, I've been around the biggest. I've been around Diddy. I've been around like, I got a song with Troy Ave, one of the biggest artists in New York.
Right.
I've been around a lot of like celebs and successful people, and it's because yo, I can't call and be like, yo, Unc, help me get to this party, get me in. You know, like when I was in D, my dad worked at Kyrie. It's nothing for them to play my music at Kyrie. I don't
Right.
have that up here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't call
Right.
99 Jams and be like, oh, like yo, hook me up, play my music. The only way
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna play my music is based off of my work ethic,
Yeah.
because
Facts.
it's nothing else for them to know me by.
Right.
Hmm.
So I know I gotta work harder than everybody else, you know,
Right.
when it comes
Right.
to
Yeah.
here, you
And
know.
that puts you in a whole different arena altogether. You know, you said you're on your working on your own label now. Is that what it is? You said
Yeah,
you're under
yeah, I
your
got my
own.
own
So
label, you
it
know.
puts you under a whole different category, and that separates you and makes you look even bigger than they are, because you don't have to depend on someone else to
Right.
get you to where you're at.
And it's
You know?
better, you know. I've been signed to labels. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like you gotta understand. Like it's like coming at a job and your boss is mad at his wife. You know, he's gonna take it out on you, or he's having a bad day. He might not take it out on you, but you got to deal with his personal. You know, like let's say I'm pissed off about something. You got to come work with me. I'm not in a great mood today. You know what I'm saying? So and you just got to deal with it because you work with me. You don't have no
Right.
choice.
Right.
So it kind of is hard dealing with labels because you gotta deal with people and their personal issues, and then they come to the studio all mad and they like, "Yo, why you so happy?" Nah, I'm gonna ruin your day today. We're gonna
Hmm.
be mad together, and you know, I had to deal with all of this. So like, not saying that I wouldn't sign to anybody again. I probably would if the opportunity is right, but I don't have no problem doing it by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed.
Right.
I'm fortunate. You know what I'm saying? I work hard, you know. So, I
Mhm.
mean, things are aligning right for me. And, you know, at the end of the day, I do want to build a bigger team. I already got my own team, but I do want to build a bigger team, but just with the right people, you know?
I
Of
hear
course.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole thing this year is like move with like-minded people. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're not thinking like me, then honestly, I don't even want to be around you.
Right.
You know what
And
I
I
mean?
think that's how we gotta be.
Yeah,
I
that's what,
think that's definitely how we gotta be because that's how I am too. You know, like I had to cut a lot of people off because we're not on the same vibration. You know,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
and it's
And
like
you
some
know,
people are going through their own personal situations.
yeah,
A lot
facts.
of times I seen a post today where somebody was like, how they said it? They was like, "Oh, you're not fighting demons; you're dealing with your consequences."
Mm,
Mm.
And it's true, you know. A lot of times, like I grew up with a lot of dudes out here. I give them advice, yo, why don't you do this? Why don't you get into this? Now we later on in life, and you're messed up. It's not my fault you didn't take my advice, and you know what I'm saying. You reap what you sow. You make your bed, you gotta lay in it now. A
Yeah.
yeah,
lot of times, you know, my people around me feel like I gotta take them out their hole, you know, because I'm more fortunate or I have more at this point. But it's like, yo, my only obligations to me is my kids and my family.
right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Speaking of kids and family, how do you balance your career life and family life? Like, how does that
I
balance
mean,
out for you?
my family probably saved me from a lot of trouble. You know,
Right.
like it's a good thing. Sometimes it's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. There's a hell of temptations out there. You know what I'm saying? It's more responsibility on my back as well. You
Mhm.
know, I got three boys that I got to take care of, so it's more responsibility, and it's also like I want to be a good example for my boys, despite what I'm out here doing. You know what I'm saying? And I want them to look at me, even like stuff I post. And as you get older, you change. You know, like you evolve. Like a lot of things I would post 5 years ago, I'd be like, I don't know if I could post this. You know, my 14-year-old is gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Right.
back then I wouldn't even consider that or feel no type of way, you know what I'm saying? But now
Right.
as you get older, you know, it kind of balances you. Like I feel like it's a good thing, you know. It probably saved my life, honestly. I probably would have been way more reckless without my family. You feel me? So it kind of keeps me in a humble seat and makes me like sometimes be like, you know what, I'm gonna chill, I ain't gonna do this, you know what I mean? Let me just chill out.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of more things I'd probably do if I wasn't in my situation, honestly, you know. But
Right.
hey, I mean, you know, you do when you open up these doors, anything can happen. If you don't open up that door, you ain't got to worry about nothing.
It's true.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Talking about family. Somebody, I was talking to my sister
Yeah.
about an hour ago, and I'm gonna call three names, and you tell me what these names mean to you. Um, Joanne, Miguel. Oh, hold up. Well, yeah, we can leave Miguel. Dextrose.
Who's the third one?
There's Joanne. There's
I know Joanne.
Dextrose.
I don't know Dex Rose. I
All
can't
right.
remember Dex Rose. I
You
know
know,
Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah.
All right. Miguel's mom,
Helen.
Helen.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
Nah, that's my family. That's my family. That's my mom's sister. Helen's my mom's sister. Um, Miguel's and Joanne as a kids. I don't know Dextro though.
Dextrose is oh my god, you just said her name. I keep forgetting her name. Miguel's mom's sister.
Okay, okay. But probably not on my mom's side.
N-
Maybe
um,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what
It
side
might
of
be a
your
different name. I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe
okay, so
Dexter's probably sound a little familiar, but
yeah, it's Lethem. She's in Fort Lauderdale. She's in my
oh, okay, okay, okay. I think yeah, Dexter's is like our family too. But I probably seen her like twice, and I probably seen her back in like early 2000s.
all right. So you see all these names I just called for you?
Yeah.
That's my family.
All right. Miguel is Dominica right now.
Miguel's my cousin. Jordan's my cousin.
But what through their dad?
No, for their mom.
Oh well, we might be cousins too then.
That was I'm
Maybe
like, what? My sister called me. She's like, I don't know if you two are related, but you guys share
possibly.
aunties. I'm like, huh? And then yeah, she
Interesting.
dropped the names on me. I was like,
Yeah, if
okay.
it's mom's side, we gotta be related because that's how
Yeah.
Miguel's
I used
related.
to be in Canefield, spending time with them sometimes too in the summer.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like,
remember growing up over there. I used to sleep over there a lot. Miguel over
yeah.
there right now.
Yeah,
Shout
he's
out
over
to
there right
Miguel.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah, that's on the family side. But
Family. Small world though.
yeah, man. Well, small island, right?
Right, right, right.
Gotcha.
Small island, so it is what it is. But how has it been? How challenging has it been with with all this COVID situation and your performances and
Yeah,
all
definitely
that?
different. You know, I used to do way more shows before COVID, honestly. So, you know, I kind of fell back because I had even got COVID at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
It was I mean, I didn't get that sick. I was sick for probably like 2 weeks,
Did you
but
drink bush tea?
ain't no good over here.
wow.
I wish. I'm big on DA food though. I'm big on DA food. I eat at Caribbean restaurants more than anything.
All
My
right.
kids be like, "How can you eat that?" I'm like, "Y'all too American," you know. But I'm big. Like most every weekend, I'll go get me like saltfish, and you know, I'm big on DA food. That even whenever my family got parties, I always go for the food. You know, like I'm like,
Yeah.
y'all cooking, I'm there. You know,
Yeah.
my mom came from Jersey, and she's with my sister in Boca. And I talk to her all the time, like, yo, I gotta come get you just so you can cook. I just
Right.
want you to cook for me one day. But
Mm.
yeah, I'm big on Caribbean food. I love it, honestly.
I
Big.
messed up your train of thought. Navi asked you about the pandemic and how's it been
Oh,
because
the
you said you
pandemic.
didn't.
Yeah, my bad. So with the whole pandemic, I was doing a lot of shows, and then when the pandemic came, all the clubs had shut down. So
Mhm.
with the pandemic, you know, it kind of made me focus more on online. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started noticing like, yo, all this passing out flyers, I could do digital ads instead. and I'm hitting way more people, and I could actually see who's seeing my stuff. And
Yeah.
so honestly, I actually probably triple my fan base during the pandemic, honestly, because I had to, it forced me to take a new route
Right.
versus like I was so much dependent on the streets and trying to be in the streets and being everybody face. And then I realized through the pandemic that I don't have to be in people face, and that the internet is really faster and better than physical, you know.
Yeah.
The only thing about it is spaced out. So like you got fans in Australia, you got fans in the UK,
Right.
you got fans in Africa, so you don't feel it as much as a local fan base, but you're really touching more people.
Right.
Well, and since after and now that COVID kind of faded away, I don't even want to go out, honestly. Like, yo, I just turned in the last 3 months, I probably turned down like 5 shows. You know what I'm saying? I'll be
Wow.
like, yo,
That's
how
a
much?
blessing.
You know, like I'll be like, yo, how much y'all paying me? I'm like, I'll stay home. Like, yo, I'm staying home. I don't want to go out. I was like, I didn't go out for a whole year. I don't need to go out now.
Right.
So, you know, and it's you know, it was kind of like a bad thing, honestly, because I was so addicted to being out too. You know, I was one of the people that I used to really be out every single night in the club because
Right.
like I'm trying to get my music out. So I'm
Right.
sitting here babysitting DJs like all night. That was my life, you know.
Right.
Get home at 5, 6 o'clock, take my son to school, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my life. So it was a good thing and bad thing. I kind of, you know what I'm saying, miss sometimes because it's like in the club, you get like a high off of the club, off of seeing like a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch
Right.
of women, the music, the alcohol, everything, you know. So
Right.
it's like a lifestyle. But, you know, like I feel like the pandemic kind of taught you like a different hustle. And it's like, it looks like COVID isn't even going away, right?
Yeah.
Not
It's
for now.
gonna be like, yo, that's the flu now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
You gotta get used to it.
Reinventing yourself, and that's what you did. I think that's what COVID was for many people, to reinvent themselves and think outside of
right.
the box. And now you can turn down shows just
Yeah.
like that because
Yeah,
you
it kind
know
of forces you, like, because even like on the internet, I don't have to worry about much. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, like being an artist is like a dangerous, you know what I'm saying, job. Honestly, you know, I've been in like crazy situations being an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I almost lost my life trying to be an artist. So being like over the internet, I don't have to worry about nobody running up on me trying to shoot me. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so
yeah.
it definitely got its benefits. You know.
Mhm.
So it wasn't that bad. I mean, I miss it a little, but it looks like COVID's kind of going down and it came up a little. But I think it's like now everybody still goes out and they lift the bans. There's no more like curfews or nothing down here.
All
So
right.
people just go out and then, you know, they had the whole big vax thing, you know,
That's because of the people in Florida. The people in Florida
and
didn't
they don't
stop
care.
partying. Like they
Yeah.
can't
You
stop partying throughout the
you guys
entire event.
a whole different world over there.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. It's a party city.
Yeah.
I see a question from a viewer. How is it going? How has it been going independent as compared to working with a label?
I mean, independent, I'd say like I just rather the independent thing because I do whatever I want. You know what I'm saying? Like I drop songs whenever I want. I do whatever I want, right? And when I was working with a label, I remember one time I dropped a song, I didn't ask nobody. And I get to the studio, I'm thinking everybody's gonna be happy, right? I dropped the song. And I get to the studio and they're like, oh, we doing whatever we want now. And I'm like,
Wow.
what y'all talking about? I'm seeing flyers online. What we doing? And I'm like, yo, you serious? I'm trying to work. Even like with the label, they'll be like, yo, Klass, just chill. Like one time the CEO told me, yo, stop with the Klass Money show. And I used to get so mad because I was like, I wasn't a priority on the label, and I'm okay with that. But I'm like, bro, like y'all sign me because I'm out here doing my thing. And now that y'all sign me, y'all tell me don't do nothing.
Mhm.
Y'all trying to silence me, and you know this is how I feed my family. So it's like, how's that gonna work? If I'm not dropping no music, how's that gonna work? Like, how am I gonna get booked and stuff like that? So
Right.
that's the disadvantage. But the advantage is I wasn't paying nobody for studio time. I wasn't paying nobody for videos. You know what I'm saying? The money wasn't coming out of my pockets, so that was the good thing. But I'd rather the money come out of my pockets than I do whatever I want, honestly.
Nice.
I hear you.
Well, that's the difference.
That's the difference, you know. Like you can have a hot, and then like, yo, you think you got the hottest song, and the CEO walk in there and he be like, "Do it again."
Yeah.
I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Like music is so opinionated. It's like food, you know? Like you
Yeah.
have one person say, yo, I love macaroni and cheese. And then somebody else will be like, yo, I hate macaroni and cheese. It's
Yeah.
nasty.
Right.
It's the same thing, you know? So when you, the hard part about a label, you got like, and the label is never really owned by one person. You have a board of people judging you. You know what I'm saying? They'll
Facts.
start making votes. Well, I like it. I like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And it's like,
Yeah.
yo, hey,
Wow.
does it matter what I like? And even like my last label situation, they gave me a single that I didn't like. Like they came in with a producer. He's supposed to be like a big name producer. You know what I'm saying? Well, he is a big name producer.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to belittle nobody. And they had the whole concept, and I'm like, and then they told me to do the verses. I did it, but I was like, yo, this ain't really my style. They're like, no, this is your style. This is what you need to do. This is hot. And you know, it's so crazy. And we had like a label launching party, and I had performed the record because yo, they even pick what songs you perform. Like you're gonna perform this. I'm like, I gotta perform this, but I got all this. I was like, whatever, I did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the label was asking one of the CEOs, he wanted to ask this girl that was part of the label, yo, who you think had the best show? And she was like, yo, Klass Money. And he was like, really? Klass Money? Are you sure? And then she came back and tell me this. I'm like, yo, I did the song that he wanted me to do.
Exactly.
And he's still trying to belittle my, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who I am. And I'm signing to you, and you're telling her, like, you really like him? Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's a crazy game because sometimes people really like sign you to stop you or kind of like hold you back. It's so hard, man. It's hard to tell who's who until you really deal with that person. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard game. They'll try to trick you out your spot, man. They try to trick you out your spot. I'm tell you, yo, I had me and my last label, we fell out. We had a meeting, and I had just dropped a video, and one of the producers had called me, and he's like, yo, Klass, yo, nobody from the label posted your video. I was like, yo, I don't care about that. He's like, nah, you need to bring that up in the meeting. So I get to the meeting, I bring it up, and this dude is, I've never heard from this dude since that day that told me to bring it up. I brought it up, and this shit just like, it just started like a whole storm, right? And me and the label fell out that day because of that conversation. And the dude that was telling me, that called me on the phone and told me, yo, you need to bring this up, he never spoke to me again. And I was like, damn, this dude tricked me out my spot. Like, what just happened? You know? But you know what I'm saying? Everything worked out fine. You feel me? Like, it's all good, you know?
What's your new label? What's your label called?
My label's called Route Change Music Group.
All right, that's the one I was gonna ask you about. I like that.
So I've been, and my last label is called Red City, and the label before that was called Midwest Flawless, which is like out in St. Louis somewhere.
Yeah, so you've been doing a lot on your label because the last, I mean, how many videos on YouTube have been put out by you?
Yeah, most of my stuff's been put out by me. You know, you get signed to these labels, they want to spend $20,000 on one song. You know, independently, I'd rather spend $1,000 on 20 songs. That's just my opinion, though. You know, but you know, when you sign with a label, they do whatever they want. It's their money.
Right.
You know? Like,
but then you gotta pay that back though.
Right, and then you gotta pay it back. You know, so it's like they tell you this is hot. I'm telling you it's hot. Even if you're like, I don't think this is gonna work, and if it don't work, then you still in debt.
Right.
So it's like no, I'm in debt because you picked this song. Oh no, it's a tricky game. It's a tricky game, man.
Yeah.
But you know, like I'm really passionate about it, so I don't have no issues in like, you know.
Yeah. Live and learn, man. You move on, right?
Right.
On to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the weight of the world now.
Weight of the World. Yeah. And my last project.
That's your last project.
That's probably my deepest album to me personally, because all my other albums is more like a lot of club songs on there.
Right.
Weight of the World is kind of dealing with everything, you know. It's talking about the last like year and a half. During that year and a half, we had COVID, the whole dealing with the pandemic. My cousin died. Me and my cousins we was like best friends. You know what I'm saying? He died, and him dying kind of took like, I've never had anybody close to me die.
Right.
This was the first time having somebody close to me die, and I never knew dealing with a death was so hard. You know what I'm saying? I never knew that. Like, honestly, that like I felt like I was losing my mind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I never had to deal with. It took me like I even felt like till this day I've never. My cousin died May 25th, and I feel like I've never been the same since.
Right.
You know, like I never kind of bounced back to who I was before he died because I
Mhm.
just had to deal with it. You know, it was just something major, you know, when he died, and it was shocking. I was the last person to see him in the family and talk to him. So I got
Right.
his mom calling me crying. Everybody's calling when he dies. Everybody's calling me like, yo, what was he like the last time? And I'm like, yo, and I gotta listen to everybody like breaking down. And it just made
Crazy.
me, I never had to deal with so many emotions, you know?
Right. Right.
And it was just a crazy experience for me. And then also I had almost got I almost got shot at the club, outside the club, you know what I'm saying, that year too. So just like Weight of the World is me saying basically like me dealing with so much, you know. I got people like I got hella people asking me for money all the time. You know, I deal with like a whole bunch of like crazy stuff that I've never had to deal with in my
Right.
life. You know, feeling just because people feel like I'm in like a better position or situation, you know what I'm saying? And it's just been a crazy year. So that's why I named the album Weight of the World, you know, because I felt like I had the weight of the world on my shoulders. And it was just like my deepest album. If you listen to that album, it's like it's more like slow songs talking about something. It's probably my favorite album personally.
Right. A lot of growth in the music. So so
Right?
so
Because
would you
y'all had
say
played the Do Me. When y'all like I haven't heard that record in probably like 2-3 years. I'm
right?
like, oh, I'm like, yo, this was hot.
Yeah, yeah,
Yo, this me. I was like, yo, this is hot. Yo, people play songs that I forget. Like I hear songs and I don't even remember recording them.
right.
You know, I'll be like, yo, this is me, but I don't remember recording this,
Yeah,
but I know it's me, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because I've been, yo, I probably wrote hundreds of songs.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So there's a song in there called "Keep It Together." I don't know if you want to that song, like something
That's like,
about was
that's your
that?
favorite? That's your favorite one?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's one of those that grab my attention.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, like
The
I want to
whole
talk
vibe,
about.
right?
Hmm?
I love
Yeah,
that record, the whole vibe.
the whole vibe about the song. So what inspired that song?
Keep it together. Basically like one, I feel like Keep It Together was my 2022, well, 2021 version of Tupac Keep Your Head Up.
Right.
And like I was just talking to my son about that song in the whip, and I was like, look, my son, he's 13. He's gonna be 14 this year. And I was like, look, I'm trying to make music that's gonna inspire people and heal people at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? I said every time I listen to these records, it's a lot of like records about robbing and killing and scamming and dope selling, and it's a lot of. I feel like the game is consumed with a lot of negativity. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy it too, right? And I make
Right.
it too, right? But I feel like yo, it's we're lacking like putting out music where we're gonna inspire each other and send out like
Mhm.
a better message and a more positive feel to things. And I want to kind of bring that to the table, you know, and kind of introduce that to the world. So Keep It Together was like me going through like so much stuff, you know, and kind of saying, okay, like, you know, like it's gonna be okay. You just gotta get through it. Once you get through it, it's gonna be better. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because all of us go through so much. And even like the second verse on Keep It Together is kind of dedicated to women. Because I feel like all we do is bring down our black queens a lot of times. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it's not
Mhm.
too much people saying the truth. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? And bringing these women up and helping women elevate at the same time. Because a lot of times, like men are like I was telling my boy, and this is not to talk bad about dudes, but a lot of times it's like yo, we're like the worst, right? We usually you come into a situation with a woman and you have bad intentions. It's like
Mhm.
most men, when they meet a woman, they have bad intentions.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like you might end up falling in love a year
Right.
later, but
Right.
Mhm.
you coming in and you thinking, man, I'm about to just smash. This ain't
Mhm.
me. Man, I
Right.
ain't serious. But when you with her, you tell her, oh, you the most beautiful thing
Mhm.
since being around you.
Right.
And and then you smash and you run back and be like, oh man, she easy. She, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
Mhm.
like, really, we're like the phony ones in the situations a lot of times, and we're so hard on women when we're the ones playing that role. And as a man, we know if you really into a woman and she's playing that role, you're gonna be so upset.
Right.
You're gonna be so upset. So I mean, I wanted to put out like a positive vibe and something to help people get through what they're going through. And that's what Keep It Together was. Trying to just just an inspirational song for anybody having a hard time in life right now.
Yeah, that song it definitely has that Tupac feel to it, like this almost like a West Coastist type of vibe to it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. But it's funny how you talk about like how you were explaining this, and you went to talking about man's intention, right?
Right.
To a
They want
woman.
to talk about that, right?
Huh?
I
No, people
said,
don't really talk about that. I
but
mean,
it's
you putting out the secret like that.
And I
But
love it. Now, don't you notice I'm not saying anything? I'm just listening.
she's
And
just
like,
she's soaking it in. She's soaking it in. But but one of the songs I resonated to was Love for Life. So it's
right.
funny how you were talking about, like, keeping it together, and you mentioned these things. And but Love for Life is probably one of my favorites on the album.
Right. That's probably my favorite.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's touch on that. Let's touch on that too. Well, we already know who the love is, right? So
Right. So Love for Life was the first verse was actually about my cousin dying.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And me just explaining the whole situation and kind of like, because a lot of times, you don't like my cousin died, and I went on his Facebook page and I started scrolling down, and I'm like, most of his posts is about me. And I never noticed that. Like,
Right.
even sometimes I feel like, man, he don't support me. And, and I go to his page, I was like, damn, like he was really posting my stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't, a lot of times we don't give people their flowers when they're alive and stuff. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? And the second verse was about my boy TJ. He got killed. He got shot in the neck last year too. When he had a fight, he was in Atlanta. They had a fight, and then somebody put out a gun and started shooting. He got shot in the neck and died. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he had just came down here not too long ago for his birthday. We went to the club, and I just touched on that, but it was just kind of like, like that's why I called the whole Love for Life thing, was kind of like saying, that's people you're gonna love for life. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I would have told them that before they died, honestly.
yeah.
But I love that song because it's so like real to me. You know what I'm saying? Versus like I said, like I'm trying to get to a point where I want, like I said, I want to make music where it's like I want my mom to be able to listen to it. You get me? And feel like okay. Because a lot of times I play my records around my mom and be like, like, nah, mom, let's skip this one. This one is
right.
the clean version. I'm like, the clean version ain't for you,
The club bangers, all those club
right? But like I want to make, but don't get me wrong, I still want to make music where a 16-year-old gonna love it.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. That's the point where I'm at in my life. I'm trying to balance that out where it's like I make music for everybody to appeal to a bigger audience. Back then, I was just really making music for the streets, to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? But as you grow, we get wiser. A lot of things I did in my past, I wouldn't be proud of doing today. A lot of times I listen to my old songs and I kind of cringe myself. Like I said that, and that's just a part of life and growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's when
So
you
I
don't
guess
go.
that's where you get your inspiration from, your life experiences now then.
Yeah,
Where-
my life experiences, my kids, like just knowing I gotta, I think like even having kids, I always tell people it's good, give you something to know, you got a responsibility, you got somebody that's dependent on you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And it kind of gives you a reason to go, keep going, you know what I'm saying, and keep growing.
Facts.
Yeah.
Well, I always believe, you put your truth in your music, and it will always last for a very long time. A lot of people will be able to relate to it. You know what I mean? Whether it's a sad story, whether it's a party song,
Right. Like me and my crew.
Yeah, like me and my crew.
Yo, Dobbs, what's your favorite record you did?
My favorite record I did?
Yeah.
Oh man. That's a
We about to start interviewing you on here.
Damn, boy, I gotta come back on that one. I don't even know. I never thought of that. Actually, you
Yeah.
know what? You know what? I do have a favorite, but you see, because I've done different genres, I have different favorites. So
Mm.
for
Okay.
hip hop, I had this song called "Keep Your Head Up"
Oh,
that I
really?
did. Yeah, that I did when I was young. It was like a spin-off of Renee from Lost Boys. Remember that track?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
Okay.
that
exactly which one you're talking about too.
It's online.
No, no, old
That's
school stuff
before the
we don't put it
online.
out
That was
there.
before
But
the. Oh,
me and Shadow Flow been talking, and we
I
have a
might.
plan of putting out a lot of stuff like Clockers did and stuff.
Y'all
So
should, man. I ain't gonna
yeah,
lie. That was like one of my biggest inspirations as a kid. Before I got on this interview on my way, I sent my boy that I was about to do an interview with you. He's like, "Yeah, man, you're so in tune with Dominican culture. It's crazy." Because we moved out of here like '99. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And he's not
right,
really as tuned. Like I always tap in. Like I talk to everybody I went to school with.
yeah,
You know
right,
what I'm saying? I'm like that. Like I like, you know what I'm saying? Like I love my people, bro. You feel
yeah.
me? So
Hey,
I was telling them like, yo, yeah, I'm about to do a song, interview, novelist, and he was like, yeah, man, I remember this song. He was like, yeah, he had a hot verse. Dice had a hot verse too, and I was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Even like that, that whole Clockers movement, you know what I'm saying, was one of our biggest inspiration when we was kids.
right.
You know, we used to look at you guys like, damn, wow, you
That,
know.
that was Dominica's personal Wu Tang, man.
Real talk, real talk. We needed that, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? We
yeah,
needed that, we needed the diversity, you know what I'm saying? We needed to
yeah,
show
for
people that
sure.
we could do different things too. And I
Yeah,
think
Yeah.
that helped the culture. That definitely was one of my influences as making me want to rap too, you know what I'm saying, at that
right.
point. Let me start spitting that verse. Now me and my crew
Right.
rock this so hot, ladies are topless.
Apocalypse.
Yo, in this raps, I'm talking cannabis. You got a slight twist. It's how I speak. Okay. But yo, even that topless line, I didn't get that until I was like 18. And I was like, oh, that's what he meant. Topless is in the car and topless women. I
Yeah.
was like, man, that's so hard. And I never know because when that song came out, I probably was like 11.
Right.
And bro, it hit me when I was like 18 what you meant in that line,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, I was like, yo, dude, raw, bro. That's crazy. And you know, the crazy thing, I didn't know what you looked like.
Right.
I never knew you. I just knew your name and your voice.
Right. We
So
had
that
we had
was, you
we
know what I'm
had
saying?
no
I knew
videos,
guys.
man.
I
I
have
knew
a favorite too that I want you to put on the album if you do something, a remake. It's on my laptop at work. Remember I was telling you?
Oh yeah.
which
This track
song?
I
I
can't
have this track
now.
called Love is Something. That's what it's called, right?
Something about love.
It's
Yeah.
that song anyway. Yeah, that's a yeah.
Yeah, but we're gonna I'm wondering if you, Class Money, not now, but maybe at the end, closer to the end of the show, you can give us a little freestyle.
Uh-oh.
So think about it, let it marinate a little bit.
I might drop saying. I might drop saying. I'm so honestly right now, I'm actually moving this weekend. That's one of the reasons why I was late. I don't really like telling people like, hey,
Right.
I DM novelists like, yo, I'm running late, but I
Yeah.
don't want to
Yeah.
like give an excuse. But I'm moving. I've been moving for like the last 2 weeks.
Mm.
I just bought a house, you know what I'm saying? And
Bless.
Nice.
yeah, and then
Nice.
I've been like, it's like so much like right now, I don't know if y'all hear it, but like they doing the floors and stuff. I still got
Yeah.
people downstairs right now.
Right.
And it kind of like it kind of throws me off because it's like I'm not really like listening to my stuff and writing as much, like I'm not really like in my zone.
Right.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
like me, like music, yo, like it consumes me, like if I'm on it, I'm on it. Like a lot of times my wife, she'd be like, yo, I can't even talk to you because you just bring up music out of nowhere. You're like, yo, we talking about one thing and then you just bring up stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'd be like, yo, like she's right. I don't even, or somebody said they could hear the
Yes,
construction.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yo,
I
and
think I think I think
it's
I
like
think
I'm so consumed, by it
right.
most of the time. That's all that's on my mind. So when I gotta really like work with other things, it's
Yeah.
like I gotta stop, or else it's like, yo, I'll be like, man, like I'll forget that the people that I gotta meet people at the house to do this or do that. So I was like, you know what? The year just started. Let me knock this out for the kids so I could get back to my whole Klass Money thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that. And even like I had a show last weekend and I canceled it, you know what I'm saying? Because I was just like, yo, like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna get on here. And I told the promoter I was out of town.
Yeah, you tripping.
You know,
You just
you know
turned down
they-
everything.
Because I was like, yo, I gotta get this done, man. Hey,
Right.
yo, I get a show. I gotta go to the studio. I gotta put together a show set. I gotta make sure I know my show like this. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Because whether I get drunk or not, I gotta hit that stage and
Yeah.
spit that song. Like if the music cuts off, I gotta spit the song without the music.
Yep.
So it's a lot I gotta really focus on because I want to give people my best. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been doing this for a long time, and sometimes I'll be like, man, I got this, and I'll go out there and I'll be like, snap, I don't got this. You know what I'm saying? So now, at my level, I can't get caught slipping like that. I gotta give them 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So the last project we just spoke about, Weight of the World. What can we expect next after the whole moving and settling down and all that good stuff?
Yeah,
What can
we're
we
gonna do
expect?
a video for Love for Life. That's gonna be
Okay.
the first video. Keep your head up. That's gonna be the second. I mean, keep it together.
Right.
Gonna be the second video. I'm gonna do See Me Gone. I'm not even sure. I might do Weight of the World, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm gonna do at least 6 videos off that song before I drop another project.
Nice. So when can we look for the first video? Summertime ish.
No. I've been quiet for too long. Can't be summertime. That's too long. I'm gonna drop it on next video. Got to be March for the latest. Yeah.
So soon. Okay.
Yeah. Right now we coming up with this. Well, I say we, but it's me. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm coming up with the whole script. I'm gonna do like a funeral scene, a church scene at the church, and then we're gonna do a scene at the hospital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're just working on all that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that video because that video got to be dope because that
You
track.
got to, right? I was like, I'm not gonna do like a regular. I said I don't want to do a regular performance video, where you just rapping. But this one, I'm gonna do a whole story played out.
Whole video. Yeah.
I'm gonna get my cousins to come out so they could kind of be in the audience of
Nice.
like the congregation of the church.
Right. Because the song itself paints a picture to it.
Right. So I want to bring that to life.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So
where can we follow you? Someone's asking. Where can we follow Klass Money?
I mean, at Klass Money, that's with a K. I'm mainly on Instagram. I got a Twitter, I got a YouTube, but I don't respond to people on there. It's overwhelming, honestly. Social media is crazy,
It is.
I ever told Novelist, I was like, yo, hit me up on Instagram. Like, I don't want to be on Facebook. I said, I don't be on Facebook like that.
Yeah.
Like I tell my cousin hits me up on WhatsApp and it takes me like a month to respond. I go to WhatsApp, I have so many messages. I'm like, yo, I'm not reading all of this. Yeah. So I just hit him up. I'm like, yo, just please message me on Instagram or text me directly.
Right.
Social media is too many people. Honestly, I can't keep up. So I try to at least go to Instagram and try to respond to everybody and kind of really look through there.
Yeah.
Versus being on all these other platforms, I can't keep up. It's just too much.
Full-time job.
Definitely. Now I get all messages, people cursing me out. Oh, you think you're too good to respond? I'm like, damn.
No,
Instagram.
So you know where to find them. Just Instagram.
Right. Yeah. For me to respond, hit me up on Instagram at Klass Money. And y'all get me.
Nice. Nigel wants to know what inspires you.
Oh, he answered that already.
Oh, he answered that already.
Yeah, he asked.
Life. You know what I'm saying? Just life experiences, you know what I'm saying? Keeps me motivated, going through stuff. Like music is just like my outlet, honestly. Like if I don't do music for a couple of weeks, I feel grumpy, honestly. that's just my thing, you know. That's my therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely makes you feel better when you write whatever you go
Right.
through. People talk about, oh, go to a therapist. No, just write about it. Trust me.
That's
Right.
therapy. That is therapy.
That is therapy.
That is
You feel,
self
you
therapy. Yeah.
definitely
Right.
feel
Yo, my
better.
cousin died. They told me to go see a therapist. I was
Yeah.
like, nah. I said,
Just
I'm not
write it
that
out,
sick.
man. Yeah. Write it out.
Right. I
Self
could do
talk
it.
is good.
Yeah.
Was that Jules?
Self talk. Self
Oh
talk
yeah, for sure.
is
For sure.
one. It's a one.
And nothing against people that talk to other people, you know what I'm saying? That probably helps a lot of people too.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
You know,
Yeah. You do whatever works, right?
definitely.
Alright.
As long as you
So
get better.
so family, I wanna thank you for joining us. It was a pleasure having you here and Dissect with us.
Nah, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody tapping in and tuning in.
Yeah.
I really wish we had got a YouTube link. I would have put like a link
I
in my
sent
story.
you see, I sent it to your Instagram.
The YouTube link?
Yeah, bro.
Well,
Let me-
when? Not today.
Yes, I did. An hour before the show.
I didn't, hold up. Nah, I only
He has to
seen.
check it out.
I'll go
No,
right
hold
in.
up.
Let me go into you.
I don't think so. Hold up now. I'll show everybody.
Yeah, I'll show everybody too. We ain't going nowhere. I'll show everybody too. Where is it?
Oh, you did send it to me at
All
6:33.
right. No, you gotta show everybody. You can't just say I did and don't show them.
Yeah, I was checking through.
He's getting ready.
Yeah, you're right. He did.
Yeah,
Send it.
it's all good. It's all good.
I was in my mind. I was just like, I'm so late. I didn't even read what you said. I'm like, I'm 10 minutes late. Heading to the
Oh,
house.
good.
Yeah.
Right. That's
Damn,
all
I
good.
slipped on that.
You can put the highlights on your page for us. That
Yeah,
was
so you guys are gonna give me it's gonna be clips on YouTube, right? This is gonna be on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. So
Yeah, I'll
it's
definitely
live on YouTube right now.
extract
For sure.
I'll extract the clip and post
Mhm.
and tag y'all.
Someone
I got
said, share it now. Always can see the repeat of the show. Right. True.
Yeah, I'll share it.
All right.
Definitely.
All right, fam. So
So I could just click this link too, right?
yeah,
And
you
then
can just click the
take
link
it
and once you click it, it's gonna open right into the
No, I slipped
the
on
live.
that one. I really slipped on that one. I see it right now.
It's all right.
Oh, I
We
apologize.
forgive you. You owe us another interview.
Anytime. The pleasure is mine.
All right, most definitely. Klass Money, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, y'all rock with me, man. Appreciate y'all. All right.
Take care. Thank you.
All right, fam. We'll talk. All right, peace.
All right.
Yeah, man. That was the man, Klass Money. Of course, Dominican zone up in Miami doing his thing. Follow him on Instagram. The only place you should follow him. That's the only
Klass
place he will
Money.
answer you. And yeah, look up his music and on different social media platforms and support the vibes.
Very inspirational show. Very, very inspirational show.
Yeah. Hope you guys had fun tonight. We'll be back next week with more exciting guests right here on Dissect. Have a blessed week, blessed weekend. Again, I'm Novelist, and
I'm Jewel. Take care.
see you.
I'ma spray them things. Klass Money be the name, you could tell them links. Matter of fact, do me a favor and tell those things. You gon' yell out names with them sellout games. Snitching to the cops like you know I tell on James. Got my mind on change, got my flow so strange. Times has changed, I'ma need a range. Got my cop when I leave the block. You know he's gon' hate you till they see you pop. You know this flow great, he don't need a lot. He talk to really, so I know he's seen a lot. Get my kids a lot, since I win a lot. Ever since I sat and wrote it down and seen the plot. CNT always loaded, I don't need a copy. With me, mama, you gon' need a block. I'm just trying to do me.